Hasbro has better toys. Hasbro writes better stories. Hasbro doesn't cut corners. Hasbro puts effort into their shows. Hasbro just cares. And that's all I wanted to say. Goodbye, folks.
Wait, stop the credits. Tag.
What? Oh, come on, Thomas. I just stated the facts. That's what everyone wanted to hear, isn't it?
Maybe, but you didn't actually go in depth about those points.
Okay, fine. I'll do a full-on discussion. Sheesh, we really do live in a tank-engine society. So this video is a follow-up to my Thomas Reboot Rant video I posted recently, so if you'd like to hear what I said about that, you can check it out in the description. You back? Fantastic! Now let's get into the meat of this video of why Thomas would benefit if Hasbro owned the show. So I think it's no secret at this point that Hasbro and Mattel have been rivals for many years, and I think with Hasbro and their track record of pleasing fans with their shows of all ages, Mattel was pretty much doomed. But I think you all clicked on this video to hear something that wasn't painfully obvious. So at some point down this train wreck, Mattel is going to most certainly go bankrupt and die, and the Thomas name will be up for grabs. I think Hasbro should definitely jump at the opportunity, because apparently according to someone on the Thomas the Tank Engine Facebook page, who I unfortunately forgot the name of, Hasbro has had their eyes on Thomas for a while now. Hasbro getting the Thomas brand and building on it would be an incredible sight to see coming from them, because as we Hasbro fans know, shows like MLP have amazing visuals, vast amounts of unique storytelling and world building, and the merch coming from Hasbro, though it's not perfect, is a crap ton better than Mattel's toys. For example, look at videos from Bronies. Rooms packed with merchandise new and old, because the new toys are just like the old ones. Now look at the Tankies rooms. What do you see? Old merchandise, and that's it. Yep, just old merchandise. Because since Mattel stepped in, as Unlucky Tug said, toys just kept getting worse. And by the time they'd fixed the problem with merch quality, it was too late. And you want to know what's funny? When you compare Thomas and MLP from where they began to where they are now, it's just so frickin' hilarious when you think about it. Thomas and Friends began as a show that didn't talk down to kids, but present day, it's literally a show made for toddlers. MLP began as a show kind of for toddlers, but down the line, it became so much more than that, and even when it ended, it was practically perfect. I think we have M.A. Larson to thank for a lot of that, though. Think Andrew Brenner if he was a brony, and you have Mr. Larson.
Thanks, M.A. Larson. This mess you caused after Season 3.
What's amazing about Hasbro compared to Mattel is that they didn't milk MLP's success once they gained a much larger audience. They didn't treat their grown-up fans like kids. Instead, the show staff took the grown-up fans into consideration and made more in-depth stories that kids could still wrap their heads around, while even adding certain characters and giving them more screen time that stick with people, especially the fans, that we would grow to love over the years, such as Lyra, Bonbon, Vinyl, Octavia, Dr. Hooves, Derpy... Oh, sorry. Muffins! So I would imagine Hasbro would continue their legacy of making fun stories for all ages if they got hold of Thomas. Maybe even start with making some unadapted books, or even pick up where Mattel left off and throw the show back into CGI. Bring in fans to help write the show, Hasbro. Heads up, if you're gonna end up bringing in fans to help write Thomas, then I'd hire the Unlucky Tug. He made a whole video on how to fix the worst part of the CGI series. Good idea for Hasbro to use CGI anyway, if they got Thomas, since that new MLP G5 movie looks pretty good with the animation they're using, and yes, I will be reviewing that when it comes out, guys. As for the smaller things like comics, because we know Hasbro are pretty big on those, someone else in the Thomas/MLP community called Daylight Twinkle mentioned to me how MLP once crossed over with Transformers in the comics. And hey, due to fan content, we all know how well Thomas and Transformers fuse, so that could be pretty cool. I even think the 2D reboot, the worst thing to ever happen to Thomas, could easily be fixed by Hasbro if they had done one thing. Make it like Pony Life. All they have to do is not make it canon. Class it as not canon. That's it. Just make it a non-canon show just like Pony Life. Problem solved. All fixed. And no one would bat an eye at it ever again. Now, as for the stories, what could you do? Within all the episodes and films made, What could you do? Well, you'd have to convince a lot of people that Thomas still has a little bit of hope left in his boiler. So the pressure's on. There's a lot of pressure there. I know. So maybe start out with this. Try something that resembles classic series storytelling, like creating unadapted railway series books, such as The Missing Coach, Gordon Goes Foreign, or Mountain Engines. Hell, you could bring back fan favourites such as, and I'm just spitballing here, Molly, Splodge, Lady, Proteus, Boko, George, Duke, Stepney, etc. We all know how good you are with fan service, Hasbro.
That's not the princess.
That's fan service!
I think the most important factor of Hasbro with MLP compared to Mattel with Thomas is that Hasbro listens to their fans and gives the target audience, as well as their more mature audience, an even share of what needs to be in the show and what the older fans want in the show. Look at the Season 6 finale, To Where and Back Again. Starlight Glimmer throughout 2 parts of the finale shows her fear of being put in charge because of what it led to last time she was in that position, and she's not willing to give herself a second chance even though everyone else is. But in the end, after opening up to Chrysalis of all characters about how she can be a better leader to the changelings, you notice she's learned from the mistakes she's made and has decided to work on her faults to become someone better. That alone is a neat message for kids, but what makes this episode better? Comedy, tense moments, and of course, fourth wall breaks from Discord. Thank you, John Delancey.
Well, isn't this quite the combination of secondary characters?
This is how you please all audiences while still teaching important morals. Something Mattel just isn't doing anymore. So Hasbro, please, if there is ever an opportunity for you to leap at Thomas, please do it. We need him to be treated better by a company that cares. You are this tank engine's only hope now. And also you gotta do it because Daylight, Twinkle, and I want a Thomas, MLP, and Transformers comic crossover. There, Daylight, I mentioned you twice in one of my videos. Can I be on Taggage right now, please?